Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Hopefully you guys all ended your month last month green despite the bad market conditions. In today's video, I'll be going over my personal suggestion to people that got laid off, or if you work a job and you got laid off, because as you guys know, layoffs have been hitting very heavily the past, I would say, 2 years or so, but recently it's just been getting worse and worse, just based on me going on the internet, just hearing about layoffs on Twitter, things like that nature. And the job market is still being pretty unstable in terms of unemployment rate. So honestly, this video is out to you guys that they get laid off. If you haven't, cool, keep that job and learn trading on the side. And once trading makes you more consistent income than your full time, that's when you can potentially consider quitting your full time, or some people just prefer to just trade and have a full time job, and that's not easy. I feel like, because I don't know how you would do that, to be honest. Actually, now thinking about it, but you could definitely do part time though while trading as part time. You do part time and part time. Anyway, the point is, I'm explaining to you guys how you can make trading your full time income, because you can keep your trading performance very good. If you have a good EV system and you can stick to your rules and discipline, you should be able, with enough frequency of day trading, to come out green every month, first of all. So you should be able to come out green every single month with enough trade frequency. It doesn't have to be something crazy. Even within trading trades, usually you should be able to come out green if you have a solid system. Now, this is why I'm not a big proponent of swing trading. And it's because of the lower frequency of swing trading. And you guys know the law of large numbers. The smaller the sample size, the more likely you can be red or green. And that means if you only take 3 trades a month from swing trading, if those 3 trades just end up being 3 L's in a row, which is very high probability, if you check the statistics, even with a 70% win rate, it's a pretty high probability you will still at some point take 3 L's in a single row, or in a row consecutively, back to back. So that's my opinion why I don't swing trade personally. I want to maintain basically maintain stable, consistent day-to-day income. To me personally, you guys should be focusing on ending your obviously your month green, but week to week you should be trying to focus on ending that green, and then you can later on focus on your day to day and ending those green for the most part. Again, like I said, 80 to 85% of my trading days are green that I do trade. Hence, about 15 to 20% of times my trading days are red, but I manage my trading days that are red very well. It could be bad price action, or it could just be probabilities, and we let those probabilities play out, and we don't tilt. Once you tilt, those probabilities are not in your favor anymore. Your edge is non-existent when you tilt or when you range trade. But as long as you follow your system, your edge will play out. It's just that a lot of people don't have the confidence or data to back up such edge. So that is something, if you haven't done, you must go do now today. So this just proves you can make trading basically stable income. I'm telling you guys this from personal experience, because a lot of people see trading as something as extra income or cash flow. For sure, you can see it as like that too, but I'm saying you can make it as a full-time income as well if you can keep your discipline in check and have a good system. That's all it is, man. You just keep trading simple, right? That's like what this most simplistic way to describe trading: executing an edge without failure in terms of not breaking your rules, and just taking those setups and taking high quality setups. And so if 80 to 85% of my trading days are green, the other 20 to 15 or 15 to 20% are red, those days, you know what I think of those? They're just business costs. They're business decisions. They're the costs when it comes to trading, right? Just like, for example, you can think of it like this, if this is a good analogy that you guys want to think of it as. When you have a job, I assume you don't work remote, because most jobs are not remote work. Even though those are becoming more common now, a lot of jobs are still not remote work. You need a car. Now, you need a car regardless, I guess. So, not that, but you need to spend probably, I'd say, okay, this varies a ton, but point is, you need to spend time going to work and coming back home from work. And time is money, right? So that's, first of all, hours wasted on the road when you could be making money during that time. Another thing is, if you want to talk about directly cost, right, there is gas cost. So you're spending money on gasoline to fuel up your car every single time, every single week that you're going to work. And how I view the 20% of days I in red, I just view those as the same thing. They're just cost of me doing business or going to work. It's the same thing as a job in a sense, right? And it may not be 20%. Some people are very good traders or have a very high win rate or good edge. They might even reduce this to only 10% of days being red. That's extremely, extremely good. And I will say that's extremely, extremely rare if you're able to do that. I know one of my students, Tyler, prime mentorship student, and someone else in the course, they were able to have an undefeated month in May. But like I said, those are very rare occurrences and will not occur month to month. So just something to keep in mind, keep yourself mentally in check and not get overconfident. Because once people get overconfident, once they settle down, they start getting too comfortable and they end up potentially, once they get out of that comfortability and start tilting, it's over, man. It could go red, 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 red from then. So just something to keep in mind, man, in terms of how you should view trading. Again, this video is geared towards those that may get laid off. I'd recommend, honestly, if you got laid off recently, sure, if you have a family to take care of, I understand you had to get a job anyway. You need some sort of income. But I'm saying is once you learn trading on the side, or you should learn trading on the side at least in your free time. And again, not saying it's easy, right? It's probably not easy, I assume, coming from an 8-hour shift back home to learn how to trade. But again, that does depend on the job, I guess, that you're doing. So there's too many dependent variables, honestly, here because everyone's life is different. But the gist of this video really is to say that just learn trading, man, in your free time whenever you can. Develop a good edge, do some research yourself, backtest, develop some confidence in the system, then be disciplined and just execute. And at some point, you can get out of that job and you won't ever have to worry about layoffs ever again. Because here's the thing. The thing is, in trading, you can't get laid off. You are your own boss. And also in trading, it's not a normal business where there's some factors outside that affect how you do. For example, certain businesses shut down during COVID. Why is that? Because people don't go in store to shop anymore during COVID, obviously. People are also using Amazon to buy things online instead of going to retail stores. What does that happen, or what does that cause? It causes a lot of restaurants, certain supply chains to just close down. And when those restaurants or stores close down, they lose business, right? And I think one of the company was, I think it was Dollar Tree or Five Below. One of those, pretty sure, went bankrupt. They completely closed during COVID. So just an example out there, right? Trading is not the same. You can't go bankrupt or lose business in trading as long as you follow your system, right? That's the key word. As long as you follow a profitable system, day in, day out, you won't have to worry about that. You only worry about that. But the thing is, I'm saying is these things are within your control. You're able to control whether or not you go bankrupt or not in trading, right? If you control yourself, you're never going to be able to hit rock bottom of 0% on an account, especially if you're on a personal account, right? I recommend anyone that's full-time trading to at least have a personal account. I don't mind you guys trading fund accounts, honestly, and stacking payouts. Just know that at some point, if firms ever do shut down, or if you get banned, and because of being too profitable, you need something as a backup. And that's when you better have a personal account to trade. Otherwise, where else is this income coming from, right? I'm saying you can truly just have trading as your own source of income and still be very well off and live a very comfortable life. Because that's basically what I do. Now, yes, I do have income teaching, but that income is so little, you won't even believe it. It's not much at all. It's not going to sustain or pay anything, right? Really, to be fair. So again, hope you guys did learn something out of this video. Go and learn trading in your free time if you haven't already. And at some point, it will replace your full-time income. You just have to keep at it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.